Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, we are going to be talking about this man. This video is all about Crownshot because we got some big breaking news from him. We finally know where this man's going to be going, which is really awesome and really exciting. I mean, I want to say it was like October or something when fans first started wondering, like, where's Crownshot going to end up? You know, think back to the offseason when we're like, oh, Crownshot, maybe he'll end up at G2, maybe he'll end up at Fnatic. You know, there was all these really hype landing spots and all this theory crafting and rumored and speculation and stuff where Crownshot was gonna end up somewhere really good or somewhere really exciting, it seemed like. And then for him to end up nowhere and then have all these rumors of, is he going to NA, is he going to EU, is he gonna scrim with LS in Korea and be a Gen G content creator, blah blah blah, all this stuff. It's really exciting for fans of Crownshot and really just fans for the LEC overall, because this guy is a very talented player. The LEC is better when he is a part of it. In this video today, we're gonna be talking about where he's going, giving my thoughts and opinions, and hopefully getting you know, the thoughts and opinions of you guys as well, because it's a pretty interesting move. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say real quick, if you guys have not already, please smash that like button really quick. It helps me out so much. It is really one of the best and easiest ways to help support my channel, help support my content. If that is something that you are interested in doing, I would appreciate it so much. Also, if you have not already, click that subscribe button really quick. It helps you guys stay up to date on all my latest content so you don't miss out on any of the videos we got you know, coming out in the future, because when news like this happens, I'm going to be reporting it to you, so you guys will always be, you know, up to date on all the latest and greatest news and information. With that being said, let's get right into this. So Crownshot, first up, had this tweet earlier today where he's talking about, I will not be going to Korea with Nemesis. And I thought this was interesting because I had just posted a video, you know, the same day this news came out, talking about what I thought about LS, Crownshot, Nemesis, all these guys going over to Korea, what the situation was going to be looking like, and then I had that video uploaded, I had it scheduled, and like this news came out even before my video came out, so I was looking a little bit dumb. But I do have to actually do like scheduled uploads. I do have to get videos out in advance because I actually work like 40 hours a week, so I can't be at home all the time, you know, having these videos ready to go. I can't necessarily be reporting on this stuff, you know, up to the latest minute, even though I would love to do that. So it was just weird how everything worked out, but it was interesting to hear from Nemesis himself that he was not going to be going to Korea. A new opportunity came, which I think makes more sense for me now. I would really like to thank Gen G and Arnold. They were really great and made me feel welcome. News of my next step should be known soon. Now, this is interesting because, Crownshot was on Gen G for every bit of like a month or something like that, it seemed like. Still really awesome of Gen G to allow Crownshot to come in. I'm pretty sure they did some streams where they were like checking out the Gen G LCK games, like live viewing them and stuff, giving their thoughts and opinions. He got to be, you know, a part of their brand. He got to be supported. I'm sure he got some financial backing and everything to help him through this crazy time where obviously he was jobless, and that was really awesome. They did some great things, and just as I speculated when they signed, this was never confirmed, but I was sure that whatever contract they had him in, he would easily be able to get in and out of it if an opportunity did come up, and that is what seemed like happened. So awesome for Gen G, you know, helping this guy out. Obviously, they got some kickbacks as well. They got a guy who's very popular. They got these awesome content creators. They got some awesome content made. They got a lot of eyes on them, but also really awesome of Gen G to not only support these guys in their time of need, but then once a bigger, better opportunity arose, to let them out of their contract, let them go do whatever they got to do. That is really awesome. So I did appreciate that from Gen G. But the big news from Crownshot was actually tweeted from Vitality it was like a couple minutes later. We are adding Crownshot to our LEC team effective immediately. We felt a strong voice was needed to lead our team on the Rift and found in Crownshot a good match. He will start in the AD carry position on Friday. Hashtag VIT win. So there it is. There's the big news. And there he is, Crownshot in his new Vitality jersey. Super exciting stuff. Again, fans of Crownshot, fans of the LEC in general, have really just been waiting for this guy to get a shot for so long, because again, I don't think anyone thought that this guy was not a top 10 at least AD carry in the LEC. Obviously, many people had him rated much higher. He hasn't really played on teams with the best results recently, but he is a guy with a ton of talent, a ton of promise, and people are really just waiting for him to get a good opportunity, to get a good shot. And it sucked that he was not in the LEC. It sucked that he wasn't able to make it into the LCS or anything like that, because he was just too good to be just streaming or scrimming or being a content creator or whatever. He really did deserve a spot, and I think this is an awesome move by Vitality. Now, some people are a little bit critical of this right now because Comp, the Vitality's last AD carry, who is now benched, was really not performing that poorly is what a lot of people are saying, and I do kind of agree. Well, yeah, he hasn't been doing poorly. He hasn't been necessarily the reason that Vitality's been losing or anything, but I also don't think he's been like insanely popping off either. Like, I think Crownshot is for sure an upgrade. You know, if I look at the Vitality team, would I be like, we need to bench LeBron, we need to find a replacement for him? No, not necessarily, but Crownshot is out there, and it is an improvement you could make for your team, so that's great. Also, I really don't think Vitality with this move is looking at the short term. Like, yeah, maybe Comp has, you know, the potential to develop into a great player one day. I know he has a lot of fans. I know Vitality fans maybe even really liked him, but Vitality, you have to remember this, they have a ton of money, and this past offseason, they tried to spend a ton of money. They really wanted to create like a super team, a big team in the near future. That's what their ownership, that's what their investors seem like they want to do. They're not really necessarily interested in trying to build a big developmental team for the future. And when they look at their team right now, and they're what, 1-6, last place in the LEC, they're going to be looking to make big moves, big splashes, and they're kind of ramping up to probably be big spenders and big buyers in this next offseason. So if they can start kind of piecing that team together right now, maybe even potentially getting a slight discount on Crownshot before he's really out on the open market. You know, most teams in the LEC have an 80 carry right now, so the market for Crownshot isn't super hot. So if they think Crownshot could potentially be an 80 carry that could be really good for them next year or even the year after that, where they start to build this team, I think it makes a ton of sense for Vitality to do this now. Again, does that mean Comp necessarily deserve to get benched? No. But I do think Crownshot's better than him, so I don't really see a reason why people should be too upset about this, mad about this, or whatever. Do I think getting Crownshot necessarily makes Vitality insane right now? Like, no. I've heard some people say, oh, maybe this moves Vitality up to like the 8th best team or something like that, and I do agree with that. I think, you know, having Crownshot, he could maybe win an extra game or two or something for you, but this Vitality team does have a ton of issues, a ton of problems and stuff right now. When I take a look at it from Crownshot's perspective, again, obviously being in the LEC is better than not, but man, he's in a really rough position with Vitality. They're 1-6 right now. They don't look great. A lot of stuff is not going good for them. They don't appear to have very many strong players individually, but they also don't really have a strong sense of like teamwork or cohesion or anything. They just have so many issues. They're the only team that's lost to Astralis this season. Like, this has not been a good season for Vitality, so I'm a little bit worried that Crownshot's getting thrown into like a bad scenario and he's going to maybe suffer from that a little bit, but he's played on bad teams before. He's been able to stand out, so I think he should be all right. And again, I do believe, again, for him, I'm not sure how much money he's making. I'm not sure how long his contract is. I would love to hear those specifics, and hopefully we do get some more of that out. Once his contract is in the database, we will know how long his contract is, and that'll be interesting. But I would assume this is like a 2 or 3 year deal where Vitality told him, hey, you know, we have a ton of money. We're going to be big spenders. We're going to be, we're not a good team right now, and that's okay. You know, we can do whatever we want this season. You know, spring split's pretty much already done. Maybe we can find a way to ramp up for the summer. You know, maybe in between spring and summer, they try to make some big splashes, but that's really hard to do when everyone has roster and stuff. But I do definitely expect them next season to be big spenders, and do not be surprised at all if they are able to build a very solid team in 2022 around Crownshot, even though they don't look the best right now. I think I could definitely see a world where that happens, because again, a lot of the LEC teams, a lot of the EU teams don't make very much money. They don't have a ton of money, and Vitality, being one of the richest organizations in Europe, actually gives them a big advantage, and I do think this will be really interesting. But again, in the end, being in the LEC is, you know, you could argue is just better than not, no matter what team you're in or whatever, but he's going to be in a tough position. But I do think fans overall will be really excited to just have this guy back in the LEC, to see what he's going to be able to do, and just see what happens. I think that will be good for the league, good for him, good for viewership, and it's just, this is the right thing. He deserves a spot in the LEC. It was kind of a travesty that he wasn't in the league for, so I am glad he is. Again, when we take a look at the LEC standings right now, you will see Vitality currently tied for 9th, which is last place right now with Astralis. Google still has them as Origin because they just don't update anything ever. So, you know, they have an uphill battle to climb. Yes, they're only 1 game back of Misfits. They're only 2 games back of SK. But, you know, that still only gets them into 7th. And then you start looking at the teams ahead of them. You know, Mad Lions is kind of pulling away from there, and things just get really hard. Spring split is gonna be tough for Vitality, but that also is a good thing in some ways. You know, expectations are low, pressure's low. He's able to come in where, yeah, he doesn't know, he doesn't have very much experience with this team or anything, so you shouldn't expect anything too crazy right away. He still needs to like mesh with the team and everything, but you know, they're not expecting too much in the spring split. Things are already not going well, so if things continue to not go well, it's okay. If we look at how the season's gone for them so far, they did have a big win over Misfits, which at the time, Misfits was actually looking pretty good. So this was kind of considered a good win, but now we see Misfits as only they've only won 2 games on the season, even though they started out hot and looked kind of decent in week 1. You know, it's turned out that Misfits wasn't really that great of a team, so even that is not that great of a win. Again, you will then also see their loss to Origin, which has not been great. Just been overall a pretty rough season for Vitality, where, you know, wins have been hard to come by. But honestly, this weekend, the first game we're going to see for Crownshot on Vitality is against Excel, and then they play SK. So their schedule isn't too terrible this week. You know, no Fnatic, no Mad Lions, no G2, no Rogue. It's not Misfits or Astralis. It's not the very, very bottom teams, but a couple middle to middle lower pack teams that are beatable. You know, Vitality has not looked as good as these teams, obviously, so far in the season. And again, I don't expect Crownshot to just come in and change stuff overnight for this team, or even for them to be that good at any point in this year, spring split, summer split, whatever, if no other changes are made. But maybe he can provide a little life. Maybe he can provide a little spark. I'm sure, you know, he's obviously motivated. He is probably really, really pissed off about what's happened and how he was kind of just thrown away and discarded and stuff. I'm sure he wants to come in and prove himself. And, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's able to come in and pop off right away. But it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. I'm super, super excited. And I'm just glad that we have some new news coming in. You know, it's been a little bit slow of kind of breaking news, exciting stories recently. It's not anything like the offseason at all. But for this week to know that Magic Felix is coming into the LEC, Crownshot's back in the LEC, these are some exciting stories at least going on for some of the bottom tier teams. We've seen a lot of great games, a lot of exciting matchups, all that stuff recently. But to have some of these good, big news stories mixed in as well, hey, that just makes things even more fun for me and hopefully for you guys as well. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. I would appreciate it so much. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this? Do you like Crownshot going to Vitality? Do you like Vitality picking up Crownshot? Do you think they should have stuck with Comp? Do you think it's a good move, bad move? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on anything we talked about in today's video. Subscribe to update on my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.